baffled. She's like, Dad, how did you know somebody wouldn't kidnap you? I said, nobody'd be interested. She said, how come, what would you do if somebody kidnapped me, Dad, when I was like out? I said, well, you know, I've got your location on, but I hope you would just start to shoot some B-roll. I'd need to start a true crime podcast after. That's generational wealth. That's trickle-up economics is what that is. All right, you guys, it's time for our last comic of the night. She's been waiting all night. Make it loud for him. Right now, put your hands together. Seth,
Now, before I tell any jokes, I'd like to set the stage a little, okay? I got here a little earlier than most of you. I had the pleasure of talking to a few comics, 90% of I'm related to. Now, as we're all back there, you know, we're going through our sets, we're talking this, that, and the third, you know, black this, white that, right? I start to notice a pattern, right? He has a drink, he has a drink, she has a drink, but I don't. And then it occurs to me, I'm the only one getting on this stage 100% sober. He was definitely inebriated, him 50-50, and he was buzzed. Now the last time I got on this stage was a minute ago. It was freshman year of high school, and that's exactly what I talked about. You know, during this time, I was smaller than I was now, not by very much, right? So a lot of people would make fun of me. You know, he's big, you're this, you're that. You're the reason why the 5.1 earthquake just happened, you know? Some of which were hurtful, but for the most part, I brushed it off. You know, tough skin, black don't crack, right? Now, this year, as a junior, I'm 17, topics have changed, you know, things are different. There's certain events that are happening in the world that are, you know, infiltrating within the school. One of which, I'm gonna call it a pandemic, is the sagging pandemic. Now, I know you guys went through high school, and I don't know how bad sagging was way back when with the dinosaurs. It seems kind of iffy to me, right? But to me, at least, sagging is real bad. Now, the first few times, I let it go. But there's one very specific instance where I couldn't abide by, right? I'm walking home, as I usually do, right? Now, I'm not one to yuck anybody's yum, but me personally, my sexual preference is women. But there's this guy in front of me, he's kind of cute, not in the homo way, but you know, like, I can show respect for this guy's good looks. I let my eyes wander a little, I look down, full moon. Middle of the day, not sure how that works, right? So I had to tell him, like, dude, you know, pull your pants up. So he goes, and he's wearing a belt. What's the point of the belt, right? I debated smacking him. I decided to take the long way home. Now, one thing that has stayed completely solid is that throughout all my years of high school, I've been bullied. But once again, the topics have changed, right? It used to be I'm big, now it's I'm gay. I don't know where that came from. Last I checked, I didn't like men, mostly, right? So one night, 11 o'clock, I shouldn't have stayed up that late. I'm trying to go to bed. My mom walks in the room. She's like, Seth, come to the living room. We need to have a talk. I walk outside and the entire extended family is present. And they're all looking at me like, why are you gay? Once again. I don't know where this came from. I'm not gay. Right? So I threw a quick defense just to shut him up. I went to bed. I woke up bright and early. I went to school. Now, first period's a breeze. I'm moving, right? Easy peasy. Second period, slumber starts to get a hold of me. I'm taking snoozes. I'm fighting demons. The demons win. I enter hibernation momentarily. And the teacher comes up, taps me on the shoulder. Now I wake up, oh, I'm not gay. Right? Everybody looks at me, maybe the prophecy's fulfilled. But the teacher asked me, you know, he, she, one of the two, right, goes, "Why do you think you're falling asleep in my class?" I came up with the lie quickest I've ever in my life. Because how am I supposed to explain to my transgender anatomy teacher, right, that the reason I'm falling asleep in her class is because I was up at 11:39 at night trying to explain to my family that liking taller, muscular women doesn't make me gay. I'm Seth. I hope you guys have a good night.
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
You stay right there.
Aye, sir.
This is your first time doing stand-up?
Second time.
Second time doing stand-up? Also voluntold.
Yes. Yes.
Noted.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
There is that 10%.
Yeah.
You should
The
have
margin. Listen here. I wanted to do this, but not be voluntold. You should write more material. You should write more material and keep doing this. What a great set. Wasn't he comfortable? That was terrific. Absolutely fantastic. You have some stuff you got to figure out.
Yeah.
You have some shit you got to figure out, Seth. I'm going to be honest with you.
I get that a lot.
You seem, you know.
He did the first, his piano symposium. He did the first person to ever sing and do and play piano.
Sing and play the piano and do stand-up?
He's an actor too.
You sing? Do you dance too? What the fuck? What else is You crochet? How many other skills do you have?
Time I dabble.
Good for you,
He
man.
never takes Trump.
Any more praise from this guy?
Don't make him do
the scales might.
Yeah.
You gotta do some Trump. You gotta do a quick Trump.
Do a quick Trump.
Whoa, relax.
Just do something.
You gonna do a little something? Let me hear your Trump. Let me hear your Trump, and then let me go reevaluate my entire
It's a
fucking
terrible
life.
Trump.
Try it.
Let me
Let
hear your
with
terrible
this
Trump.
guy, he's gonna start liking you, Seth.
First off, I want to say that this Trump impression is terrible. I can tell it's a person of color doing it. It doesn't sound quite right to me. Now, he did have one thing correct. There is an Iceman waiting outside. It's here for half of you, the other half I'll let go. That is all.
All right, Seth. Seth.